Big Blue Nation. What's going on, guys? This is the Loyal BBN Fan Show, and this is a great, great show. Look, man, we just got a top recruit in Lewis. This is outstanding. And look, don't take my word for it. I brought my man Jimmy in. We've been talking behind the scenes for a while. I finally got him in here, and look, he talks recruiting. And for me, I told him and JC, I said, look, when we get a recruit like this, and you guys follow them from basically from baby up until they get to this point, and they sign with Kentucky, man, this is awesome, and this is a home run for you guys. Jimmy, how you feeling about getting Lewis to Kentucky?
Oh man, Mike, I'm so excited. You just hit it on the nose of how we watch some of these kids from when they're in seventh, eighth grade. We start hearing about them, even though he's not from the state of Kentucky. We still keep up on it 24/7. We know these players that we're trying to look at, and him, coming in being a lefty, 6'2", 170, 175 pounds, elite. I call him a 5-star. He is going to fit our system with Jasper Johnson. Those two lefties playing together is going to be a remarkable backcourt for the Pope and the Cats next year. I know we're excited for this year, but next year it is looking very, very well. And maybe a top 5 recruiting class. We don't care if we're top 5 or top 10. We just know that this is a different game with Pope and the way he's going to bring this to the table. It's exciting, and I love that that we have Acaden Lewis in the fold right now. This is unreal.
I tell you what, man, Coach Pope. One of the questions when he first came, and we know we got Marino, then we went out and we got Jasper. Coach Pope is just like, he's shutting people up. And he's just defying. I guess you want to say. I guess Pope is pretty much defying the odds, because somebody's like, oh well, he can't. He did nothing. How can he recruit? Man, he's just going out here and he's putting the right pieces in place. Now, my question for you is, how much do you think was an influence, maybe from, because we heard all the news about Malachi and how close those guys seem. How much do you think that probably had a key part of bringing him to Kentucky?
I believe it had a real big key because they've played together through the summers. They've played together in AAU ball. They've been on the same team. They've been on opposite teams. They both know each other's game. And the first thing that came out of Malachi's mouth once he signed with Kentucky during his interview, that he was going to start working on some players, and Acaden was one of the first ones that I believe he was given a call to, because he wanted to play with him. In high school, they played real good together, and he's wanting to play together in college with someone that he knows and that just sets his game up perfectly.
I tell you what, that's exciting, because I've mentioned this before. Just Coach Pope being able to bring in Malachi is paying dividends. He already lobbied to get Jasper in here. He probably helped push that over the end too as well. I think we know that Vince Merrill probably spoke to the family too as well. But
Yes.
Malachi, just bringing him into the fold and just having him a part of what we're doing here in Kentucky is already paying off for Coach Pope in a major way. So how do you, now that we got Lewis, how do you see Coach Pope being able to use Lewis in his program and in his system?
I really believe he is more for Kentucky. I believe he will be running the point. He can play both. He's a combo guard, but I believe he would rather have the ball in his hands being the point, because he's wanting to make and set up everybody. Jasper will flourish with him with the ball in Lewis's hand. He will be remarkable of getting the ball to the right people at the right time. Jasper will feed off of him. I believe he is ready to become, the next best point guard at Kentucky next year, and he loves to set everybody up and to put them in scoring positions and to lead the team in assist and just be a team leader. Yes.
You know what? We need that. And you know, one thing about it, you know, one of the questions that I ask as Mark Pope goes through, as he goes through this process of building the next year's team, one thing that I ask is, you know, how many is too many freshmen? So I mean, but I really believe that Coach Pope is doing this methodically. I think he's doing this very smartly. He understands that he's going to have to get so many guys that he's from the as freshmen transfers and see who he can keep on the team from this team to next year. I look forward to seeing Jasper play along with him. And you know, one thing about it that I really believe that Coach Pope is going to be able to do by bringing in Lewis, he's going to get these guys hopefully to be able to play unselfish together, and that is something that excites me about what Coach Pope is just what he stands for and like stuff like this. Man, I mean, it's just you know him. Having Lewis there, as you just said, because I mean, you follow these guys so much, and for me, it's like I feel good for you being able to because you follow this so much. I feel good that the reward is that I didn't follow this guy for the last 5 years, and then he goes somebody else. How does that make you feel as far as somebody who follows us closely and being able to close the deal? Like, you know what I'm saying? You close the deal for Coach Pope and you've been following these guys. So how does it make you feel knowing that you stay up to date so much with these young men?
Oh, it feels like Christmas morning. It's like when I do not have children, but I guess be like when your first your son or daughter is born. It's just an unbelievable feeling that you have put in. You know, it's not like that you're doing 9 to 5 work every day. You're keeping updated every day. Yes, but
Yes.
once you follow them for 4, 5, 6 years, and you're like, oh my goodness, yes. And then like when Jasper signed, and I live, my dad lives right across the street from Jasper's mom, and
Oh, okay.
Rosetta Johnson. She is a wonderful woman, and the first time that I saw her after that, I just waved at her and she waved back, and I was like, "Go Big Blue!" And she was like, "Yes, sir, I love it." And she wanted him to go to Kentucky, but I understood if something else happened. But it's a great feeling to just to watch these kids and see them grow. Even if they're eighth grader or ninth grader, that you already got talk about them. I've got people that referee high school games, and they're like, "Man, I just saw this one kid, and he's really good. I wonder if Kentucky's going to try to recruit him." So
Okay.
that's when you start getting excited. Then you're like, "Oh, we got Jasper. Now we got Acaden Lewis. He's not from Kentucky, but it's just that much better." And
Yeah, it is.
it's going to get a lot better with the recruiting. Yes.
If it's moments like this where fans who may look, because we still getting our season started, and I hope we're able to talk about that soon too as well together.
Yes.
As we get our season together, maybe there are still some people that are on the fence on as far as what can Mark Pope do here in the recruiting world, and when he's able to go out and so he was choosing so he chose between UConn and Duke, I think it was. I think that was his choices, and for Coach Pope to win that battle over those programs, that lets you know that it's still something special going on here at Kentucky, and we're not done until the cake is busted, and we're not ready to be done at Kentucky. And I think Coach Pope is bringing in the pieces that's going to continue to try to complete the assignments year in and year out.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that 100%. The the way he is recruiting, it's not like you just offer and okay, this this forward or this guard is in the top 10. We've got to, give them a scholarship because they're just ranked at. He's doing it to where it'll fit his style of play. He's
And
not recruiting. There's a lot of real good players that anybody would love to coach, but do you want them in your system? And some of those players, they can go to another school and have all the NIL money that they want. But if it's not going to fit Pope's system, he's not going to bring you in and say, okay, we'll fix it later. No, it's got to be right there as soon as first day of practice. We've got to be on the same page. I can't take a month to get you ready for doing this when you thought you was going to be doing that.
Exactly, and I think that's as the fan base gets more and more into the season and just gets more and more into Pope, I think you nailed it. I think we like that Pope he's bringing the tradition back of Kentucky basketball back, and that means we're bringing you here because we want you to play for Kentucky. We'll take care of you on the side, but when it's time to play basketball, this is what we do, and we do it as a team because we're Kentucky, and that's who we play for. So bringing in Lewis, I think that continues to speak volumes as far as what Coach Pope is trying to do, and that's to bring the best guys that fit his system. And if you have a good point guard, like we're going to have this year in Butler and in 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐧𝐜𝐞𝐞𝐤𝐥𝐲, I think that is something that really gets the ball moving. And as you mentioned earlier, I like left-hand players. Left-hand players are fun to watch. So I look
Yes.
forward to now we got two superstars, both left-handed, and they both are hungry. So when you put all that together, I don't know how you don't get a recipe for success. And I think Coach Pope won't. Coach Pope will not settle until we bring titles back to Kentucky.
Well, the great thing about both of them being left-handed, it's hard to play against left-handed players. And when you have two dynamic point guards, one a combo shooting point guard and the other one a true point guard, it's going to be hard for the defenders to even scout for that. You just can't go get left-handed players and put them in practice with you all the time, and they do good. So that's going to be great. I'm very excited, and I'm sure Acaden and his family is so excited. I know you got a whole year of AAU ball in high school to get done with, but I'm sure he's going to be working on a lot of his skills. I'm sure that Pope has probably already had conversations with him, say, let's you work on this, work on that. We'll get it all straight. And when you're here in the summer of 2025, we'll be ready to run this back.
As Coach Pope says, we'll get you right.
Yes.
We'll get you right. So, this is an exciting time in college in Kentucky basketball. People just feels like basketball matters. And I think it all is starting with Coach Pope and his attitude and his demeanor. And just, people say, well, he played at Kentucky, and I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do. And Coach Pope knows the assignment here at Kentucky, and he's looking for the right guys, as you mentioned earlier, to come in here that can buy into his system, not being selfish and understanding that we're here for one reason only, and that's to hang banners. And that's what Kentucky fans want to hear. And that's exactly what we want to hear is we don't care about anything but hanging banners. Other than that,
yes.
you're in the wrong school.
Well, that's why I love what he did with the craft center. He took everything down, all pictures or anything except for the banners that we have won, because he said, if we put anything else, it's like worshiping a false god. I mean, you're just there to win championships. You are not there about accolades. It's about the name on the front of the jersey, not on the back. Let's get this done. And then, hey, if you have a great pro year, the rest of your life is in pros, that's going to be great. But let's do it here at Kentucky and make it the right way and put Kentucky back up on top the way it always has been, will be. It's going to be Kentucky.
Hey, as they say, that's the Kentuckian way.
That's Kentuckian way. Yes, sir.
It is. So, well, hey, Jimmy, man, I appreciate you jumping on, man. It feels good. I know we've been trying to hook up for a while, but for
Yes.
our first time doing a show together for this occasion of Lewis committing to Kentucky over UConn and over Duke, man, this is huge, and it's only going to get better and better for Coach Pope as we continue to reach out and get more and more banners to hang up. And he's bringing in people who wants to win the SEC because the SEC matters.
I'll if everything is planned, I will be in Nashville in the spring for the SEC basketball tournament. I love Nashville, and I will be there.
Well, I'm just 40 miles there. I look forward to meeting a lot of people when I go there because I'll be there this year for sure. Absolutely. So
Oh, we'll have to do some kind of a get together and
absolutely.
just make a video while we're there together. Something we'll get it going. Yeah,
Possibilities are endless, guys. I'm here, and just like the basketball team, we do this together because that's just how
yeah.
we do it together. So hey, so thank you guys for watching another episode of the Loyal BBN Fan Show. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. And until the next time, you guys know what I say. Go Cats.
Okay.